Here is 1500 points of Vostroyan Firstborn. Start with the HQ. We have two company commanders. One has a plasma pistol and the other just has a las pistol. With that we have two company command squads, each with two sniper rifle veterans, one with a las cannon team and the other with a standard bearer and a medic. We also have a tank commander with a demolisher and a las cannon and two heavy bolter sponsons. For the elites, we have a squad of 5 Ogren, just standard Ogren. Then we also have a special weapons team with 3 plasma guns. For heavy support, we have a Lehman Russ, just a standard Lehman Russ, a Lehman Russ Demolisher, and a Lehman Russ Executioner. None of them have sponsons, all of them have heavy bolter. So on the front, then we have 3 mortars. For the troops, we have 5 infantry squads. All of them have plasma guns as their special weapons. This one has a autocannon. This one has a las cannon, and the squad leader has a bolt gun. This one also has a las cannon with the squad leader with a bolt gun. This one has a autocannon. Squad leader has a las pistol. And we have one with a heavy bolter team with a plasma gun, and the squad leader has a las pistol. So that is 1500 points of Vostroyan Firstborn. One more thing I forgot to mention, there are 2 commissars with bolt guns, and this is a battalion detachment.
Hey guys, this is my 1500 points of Tau. It's not a battalion detachment, it's actually a vanguard and an outrider. And I'll go over what's in what beforehand, but to start with, I've got 3 units of crisis. This one here has times 2 plas for each one and a flamer in each. And then for its drone accompaniment, it's got 6 gun drones. We've got similar in the back, except this one has, the Chassephrey has a fusion. Other than that, it's the same, and then they've got 6 marker drones. And then similar here, the Chassephrey has a fusion, and then each of the other ones has 2 plasma, 3 flamers, and 6 gun drones. Then we've got a small unit of crisis suits, or stealth suits, and they each have a burst cannon. They've got a homing beacon, and the leader has a drone controller. Oh, and I forgot to mention each of the crisis suits, the Chassephrey's also have drone controllers, except for the one in this squad who doesn't. Then we've got a Cold Star commander. He has a shield generator and advanced targeting system. Then we've got 3 units of Pathfinders. They're just stock, they don't have any upgrades. In the back, we've got a Ethereal, and he has a single shield drone just accompanying him. I had the points left over. In the back, we've got a Ghost Keel, and he has a Cyclic Ion Raker, 2 fusion, a shield generator, and advanced targeting system. And that's it. So I got 5 command points in this army to work with. It's pretty elite, but we'll see how it does.
Alright, here is the battlefield. Describe the mission, Joe.
Alright, so we're going to try out one of the narrative mission types. We've chosen to do the Blitz, which is the one where you have basically a defender's side of the table, and you have an attacker's side, and the defender's job is to keep the attacker from getting into his deployment zone, essentially, and the defender has 2 zones, 18 inches from the center and 18 inches from the table edge back. And if the attacker, which is in this case going to be me, is able to get into one of the 2 deployment zones, he gets victory points at the end of the game. And the defender gets victory points for killing the attacker's units. What else? Basically, it starts off with me being able to deploy any way I want, and when a unit is completely wiped out, I can bring it back, but Michael will get whatever points he can from killing the units, so I still don't want them to die. The way we're going to treat it is deep striking works the first time, but if a unit gets killed that has deep strike, so the crisis suits, they will be able to do it again if they get respawned. So just so I can't just deep strike units continually into his lines.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. Other than that, it's got a couple other things. It's got random battle length, so it could go anywhere from 5 to 7 turns. And yeah, other than that, I don't think there's first blood or anything else, so it's literally just on how many units the guard can kill and how many units the Tau can have alive at the end of the game.
Alright, I'll go over the board real quick. It's a very Stalingrad-inspired board with lots of cities of death terrain. So, got lots of barricades down on the board. Just got a white tablecloth to represent snow to fit in with the Vostroyan forces. Lots of barricades, lots of cover. Got this big centerpiece terrain, which I'll show the other side in a minute, but there's even room to fight in there. Got some ruins over on this side. So you can even fight within here. I put little barricades in there in case like a squad gets in there and another squad gets in there. So it's going to be lots of fun to play on this board. Heavily inspired by Cities of Death book and Stalingrad, so this should be fun. Here's the dice roll to decide who gets to choose which side, because the attacker's going to go first anyways, but it's going to matter who gets what side. So Joe, roll first.
A 3.
A 3. And a 2. So Joe will get to decide which side of this board he wants. Here's the Vostroyan deployment. We've got 2 infantry squads down there with the Commissar, Company Commander, and Command Squad. Got the mortars behind that building right there. We have a Lehman Russ hiding back there. We have 2 more squads over here with the Commissar and the other Company Commander with the plasma pistols there. Got the command tank behind the statue. We've got the Executioner and the other Demolisher behind this building to provide some cover. We have 1 more squad over here to fire down that lane past the building. Inside the giant building we've got the squad of Ogrins ready to move up. Got a special weapons team with the plasma guns and another company command squad up there with their sniper rifles and las cannons. So that's the Vostroyan deployment.
Alright, this is the Tau deployment. I basically just put them in 2 little pockets here. We've got the crisis suits, the ethereal, the gun drones, and 2 units of pathfinders here. Right down the middle, I've got the ghost keel. He's right looking up the center. To the right side, we've got the Tau commander in the cold star suit, the marker drones, and the other unit of crisis suits, another unit of pathfinders, and then the stealth suits have scouted up a little bit. The other final unit of crisis suits are in reserve for now. Okay, this is what Tau looked like after movement. Basically, I've just sort of moved up with the crisis and the drones. These pathfinders had scouted forward. The ethereals here. These pathfinders moved up just to get a bit of a better vantage point, I guess. The ghost keel, he moved up here. He's looking at the rust there, hopefully. The stealth suits have moved up to this window. Crisis jumped over here. Marker drones here. These pathfinders are staying still, and the cold star flew up to here, and he's looking at the command squad. Okay, so this is this after the shooting phase. We managed to strip half of the, I want to say hull points, but I guess it's just wounds now off of that Demolisher. The squad here took a lot of shots from the gun drones and the plasma and everything, managed to kill most of it, but the plasma guy and the heavy bolter are still alive. Down over here, the stealth suits took a shot at the Ogren in these buildings and whiffed every single one of their shots, despite I think 4 marker lights on it. The crisis suits also fired at the Ogrins, didn't do much better. And then the commander up here split his fire between the Ogrins with the missiles, and then the burst cannon of these guys killed a lot of the command squad up here and managed to kill one of the Ogrin with the missiles. But overall, not a huge amount of firepower going on. So we will see you in guard, well, let's be honest, shooting, I guess.
Alright, Vostroyan movement, as expected, not much move. We had the Ogrins move up to get some cover right there to try to get closer to the Tau over there. We had the Plasma Special Weapons team move up slightly as well. For the squad that got decimated last turn, they failed, of course, since their leadership was 6, but the Commissar killed off the Plasma guy, so that heavy bolter team is still in the fight. For orders, I'm going to do Gunner's kill on sight from the command tank right there to the Executioner. This company commander down here is going to give the heavy bolter squad and this squad take aim. And this company commander is going to do the same thing for these 2 squads. So I'll see you in guard after guard shooting. So here's all the things that the Vostroyans murdered on their shooting phase. So yeah, they did a pretty good job with all of their stuff. Here's what the Tau lines look like right now. We obliterated that squad over there.
Scored 2 victory points.
Yeah, scored 2 victory points. Killed the guy up there. What was that unit called?
That's the Cold Star commander. He got one-shotted by a las.
Yeah, a las cannon just exploded his battlesuit. So yeah, pretty good shooting phase. I'm really liking Guard in 8th edition. This is my first really big game in 8th edition right now, or I guess medium-sized game. So yeah, I'm really liking this. We'll see how Tau does for their turn 2.
Okay, this is the end of Tau movement. Basically, those crisis suits that got killed last turn, they have to deploy back on the back here, 6 inches away from the table, and then they just used their advance move to go all the way back up, pretty much to where they were again. They're not going to be able to really shoot in it all, but, you know, whatever, I need to get them up there. The Imperial just sort of shuffled there, Pathfinder's staying still, and the Ghost Keel, he jumped up from over there over to here. He's going to try and pick on some of these guys, I don't know. The Cold Star came back onto the table, and he jumped up here to help support these crisis suits who also moved up. They're looking at the Ogrin. And then the stealth suits use their jetpacks to jump on up here, and they're going to look this way or this way. I don't know. Figure out what they're doing. And then the one guy, or the one squad of crisis suits that I had in reserve, able to squeeze back here in between this Russ and the mortar teams. They're going to just try and be a pain in the ass in the back line, see what they can do. But that's it for Tau. We'll get back to you in the shooting phase. Alright, this is after the Tau shooting phase. We've got a good bit of damage. We've got the Ghost Keel here actually killed the Lehman Russ. Did a little bit of damage off of these guys. These guys were out of range to shoot. They couldn't actually do anything. And then it was relatively unsuccessful over here, but we had a lot more success in the building here. Pretty much cleared it out except for this one. Last cannon up here died. Killed all the Ogrin. And then there's just a single plasma vat right there. We tried to shoot this guy with the fusion, but that didn't work. And then back over here, the guys that deep struck in managed to kill some of the mortars, and not so great on the Russ. Only managed to do a single wound. So, but that's it after Tau shooting. We will get to you next in the guard's turn.
Alright, Vostroyan movement. All these guys moved up over their barricade to try to get within a rapid fire range of the Ghost Keel. in kind of a sticky situation right now because I'm getting enveloped by those guys over there, but we'll see. I should hopefully kill off some stuff this turn. Orders I'm going to be giving. This company commander over here is going to be giving both these squads first rank fire, second rank fire.
Oh no.
And same over here. So we'll see how that works out. It's going to be a lot of lasgun shots. So hopefully I take down that thing with just mass fire, but we'll see. Here's after the Vostroyan shooting phase, not much happened. There's one thing we do need to mention though, the crisis suits that came in over here, we realized that they needed to roll to come back in. They don't just automatically come back in this scenario, so they did not make the 4-up that requires for them to come back in, so we just took them off. They didn't do anything in their shooting phase, so it didn't really matter. The lasguns took off 3 wounds off of him. Unfortunately, a lot of the tank rolls were pretty bad, so they didn't really do anything. The plasma gun in the building shot, but failed to hit. And same with those tanks over there. They failed to hit pretty much everything. And most of the las cannons failed to hit too. So, see what happens in Tau turn 3.
Okay, end of Tau movement. Kind of rectified the last situation there where we screwed up because they did get their roll this time. Basically, just moved back to where they were. Drones moved over here. The Pathfinders that were there jumped up over there. The Pathfinders that were here jumped up over here. These Pathfinders stayed still along with this Ethereal. Ghost Heel is being very aggressive. He jumped over this way. Got a good advance, but he's got target locks so he can shoot at stuff. The Cold Star Commander, he advanced over that way. So he did his big, long 40-inch move all the way over there. He's going to pick on them. Crisis Suits moved with here, and so did the Marker Drones. The Stealth Suits jumped up to the top here. They're probably going to fire downward this way. And then we got the drones here. We got the Crisis Suits here. We will see you in Tau shooting. Okay, end of Tau shooting phase, turn 3. Did a fair bit of damage, but still not as much as I would hope. This Russ is still pretty much good to go. Shot a little bit of the plasma into these guys, killed some of them, but not a lot. Managed to kill the single mortar. The drones had to fire the closest unit, which was the command squad with the snipers. Pretty much killed them. Then the Ghost Keel here fired everything he had into the Executioner, but was unable to kill it. It's got 2 wounds left. Stealth Suits fired down here, didn't kill very many. I think they only got, what, 2 guys?
Yeah.
Back over here, the commander flew over, killed some of the guys here. These guys fired, killed some of the guys over there. They tried to shoot the fusion into the demolisher, but missed for like the 4th time, so nothing there. And then, yeah, these guys were too far back and they just basically advanced. They can't shoot at anything. Maybe they'll get back sometime. So that is it for shooting phase for them, so on to guard.
Guard movement, not much happened. I just moved around this squad so they'd all be within rapid fire range of him. So the orders that are going to happen, it's just going to be first rank fire, second rank fire again. So on to the shooting phase. Alright, Vostroyan shooting, all the las guns with first rank fire, second rank fire, killed the Ghost Keel. I also killed a unit of Pathfinders there, which brings me up to 6 victory points. I got him down to 3 wounds. Unfortunately, I missed a lot with these vehicles over here to actually hit him, so he's going to stay on his 3 wounds, and I'll see you in Tau turn 4.
Okay, Tau turn 4 movement phase. We rolled for reserves. Pathfinders that got killed didn't make it back on, but then the Ghost Keel did. So he had to come back on 6 inches, and then he advanced over here. The gun drones advanced up here. These guys advanced up here. Ethereal advanced. Pretty much everyone advanced because it's getting near the end of the game, and kind of got to get people past the halfway point. A lot of it actually isn't, believe it or not. Most of it is past the statue there. They need to be over there. But I do have stuff in the back line a little bit. The stealth suits moved over here. The crisis suits are over there. The commander jumped over this way. These guys are sort of shuffled around back here, kind of looking at the Lehman Russ maybe. And the gun drones are right over here. They're going to try and pick on this platoon. These Pathfinders kind of had to move up too. They want to get near the halfway point. So that's it for movement. I will get back to you guys on the shooting phase. Okay, turn 4 Tau shooting. Because so much of it kind of advanced, trying to desperately get across the finish line for turn 5. There wasn't actually a whole lot of shooting, but what it was actually killed a bit. These guys shot down, took a couple wounds off of this squad. Commander shot down, took a couple wounds off of them. But mostly he shot the rockets over here, managed to actually finish off the Executioner. These guys shot over here and finished off that squad back there. Gun drones finished off these guys, and then these guys tried to deal with the Russ, but they whiffed most of their shots, only did like 2 damage on it. But other than that, not a whole lot left. So we're on to guard.
Right, Vostroyan movement. All that happened really was this squad moved around and the other squad moved around so they could get better positioning. This commissar moved up in hopes of getting into close combat with those guys, and the company commander did the same for those guys. Besides that, the only other thing that moved was the plasma gunner that's still in the giant building, so he can get around them. For orders, I'm going to be doing a mixture. I'm going to be doing first rank fire, second rank fire on this squad right here. On the squad with the, and on the other autocannon squad. On the squad with the las cannon, I'm going to be doing take aim, so he has a better chance of hitting with the las cannon. So we'll see what happens in the shooting phase. Alright, Vostroyan shooting, killed the commander right there. Also killed with a combination of fire from the demolisher and the plasma guy up there, killed another squad of Pathfinders. For what's going to happen, what's going to actually be assaulting, we've got a company commander right there that's going to try to assault into them, and a commissar who will hopefully assault to them and kill them, because that'd be a nice extra point for me. So see what happens in the assault phase. Destroying assault, the commissar charged in and killed one of them. Unfortunately, he didn't kill the last one. The company commander took 2 wounds from the overwatch shots and did no damage to them. So that's the assault. I'll see you in Tau turn 5.
Okay, end of Tau movement, turn 5. These guys here, they just sort of nonchalantly walked up here. The gun drones followed behind them, shield drones here, and the ethereals over there. This puts them all over the extra line. Actually, no, the gun drones didn't. Oh well. This is going to continue here. He's stuck. He did choose not to fall back. Stealth suits jumped down to put him over that extra 18-inch. So they're now in the deployment zone. These guys are in the secondary deployment zone way in the back. Same with the gun drones here, and same with the stealth suits. So that's it for movement. Okay, end of Tau shooting phase, turn 5. The gun drones here targeted the company commander who was here, killed him. The crisis suits here shot at the tank, did quite a few wounds off of it just because it hit with the fusion for the first time in the game. The guys over here whiffed pretty much all their shots into the demolisher, but then the ghost keel was here. He advanced and he hit a couple times with the fusion, managing to strip out a good amount of the hull points off of that. The crisis suits here fired their plasma into this squad, killing 4 of them, but then they shot themselves out of flamer range, so they can't do anything there. And then the drones back there fired at the heavy weapons team that was still there, who had 1 wound and killed him. We'll get back to you with the epic battle between the Commissar and the Pathfinder over there in a sec.
first things first. Before the movement, the Commissar killed the Pathfinder down there, as expected. And for movement, not much moved. The company commander moved up there, Commissar moved there, and that's really it. So for orders, I'm going to give that squad take aim with the company commander, and I'm going to be giving the one autocannon left take aim, I guess, too. So that's it for movement. Let's see what happens in shooting. Vostroyan shooting, not much honestly happened. I did not kill any units, took some shots. I killed one of the stealth suits right there, but that's about it. So I'm going to try to assault them with the company commander, and we're going to try to assault that lone guy right there with the Commissar and hopefully kill him. The last thing that happened in this game was the assault phase for the Vostroyans. So this Commissar ended up slashing to death that drone. So that was a victory point. That was good.
Yeah, that was a solo drone unit. It's just the one, so it technically counts as a unit.
And then over here, the company commander, the Commissar, and the Lehman Russ charged the stealth suits, and unfortunately didn't do anything. So there's that. This is the end of the game. I'll just show what the board looks like right now, and then we'll calculate victory points to see who won. But
it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close. It was a really fun game, really cinematic with all the Vostroyan versus Tau in the winter city.
Desperate last stand.
Yep,
I guess.
last stand of the Vostroyan, like in the Cities of Death book. So we'll calculate up these points and see who won. Alright, we calculated up the victory points, and it's a Tau victory with Joe getting 12 victory points and Vostroyans having 10 victory points. So close game, but a fun game. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully there'll be more battle reports in the future.